There was once a young man, like so many of us, who walked through life with a shadow over his heart. From the outside, he seemed like any ordinary person, but inside he was drowning. Each morning felt heavy, each night hollow. He wasn't broken, but something inside him was cracked, an ache that never left, a sadness that seemed to stick to his soul like fog to a window pane. So one day, with a weary heart and eyes searching for hope, he set out for a small town nearby, where it was said that a wise Zen master lived, not a therapist, not a preacher, just an old man known for listening deeply and saying the kind of things that stayed with you forever. The young man arrived at the humble home of the Zen master. He bowed respectfully and said, in a voice just above a whisper, "Young man, master, I am not well. I feel low all the time. I carry so much pain. Life feels meaningless. Please tell me, how can I be happy again?" The master looked at him for a long moment. He said nothing. Then he slowly stood up and walked away into another room. The young man sat there, puzzled, wondering if he had offended the master. Had he said too much, too little? Moments felt like hours. Then the master returned, holding a glass of water in one hand and a bowl full of salt in the other. He placed them gently in front of the young man and said, "Master, take a handful of salt and put it into this glass of water." The young man hesitated, but obeyed. He stirred the salt into the water, and the master said, "Master, now drink it." The young man took a sip, his face twisted with disgust. The young man, "It's terrible. All I can taste is salt." The master nodded, unbothered. Then he stood again and gestured for the young man to follow him. They walked quietly through the forest, the crunch of gravel beneath their feet. After a short while, they arrived at the edge of a beautiful lake, calm, still, as if holding its breath. The master turned to the young man and said, "Master, now take the same handful of salt and throw it into the lake." The young man bent down, released the salt into the water, and stood. "Master, now drink from the lake." The young man cupped some water in his palms and drank. This time, his face relaxed. "Master, it's clean, fresh. I don't taste the salt at all." As the two sat by the water's edge, the master looked at the lake, then at the young man. "Master, the pain in life is like pure salt. No more, no less. It's the same for everyone, but the amount we taste, the bitterness we feel, depends entirely on the container we put it in. If you put your pain in a narrow glass, it will be unbearable. But if you pour the same pain into something larger, if you widen your world, you'll barely notice the taste." The young man sat in silence. Something had shifted in him. He wasn't healed, not yet. But for the first time in a long time, he understood. He didn't need a perfect life. He just needed a bigger lake. Narrator, firm but kind. You see, pain is a part of life. We cannot avoid it. We lose people we love. We fail. We get hurt. We feel lost. And like salt, the pain will be there, whether we like it or not. But here's the truth the Zen master knew. You don't have to shrink yourself to match your suffering. You can grow. You can expand. You can build a life so rich in meaning, in kindness, in purpose, that your pain becomes just one small drop in an ocean of your being.